Science begins with a question. Have you ever thought, why is one side of a puri thinner than the other? Or are there more grains of sand on earth or stars in our galaxy? Or why has nature created such a vast variety of life? If such questions haunt you too, then you are just at the right place because we are going to start Chapter 1 of Grade 8 NCERT book Curiosity, that is the Investigative World of Science. And I am Dr. Nidhi, your science educator. So let's get full speed ahead. This year, the mission changes from learner to investigator. Yes, you heard it right. From this year onwards, we are not going to just learn facts, but we are going to find the new facts on our own. Now, how? Let's go. Now, the investigator's mindset. What is an investigator's mindset? If you just check every page of your book, of your curiosity book, on the right hand topmost corner, you will find a soaring, flying high kite. And on the left hand side of bottom of your page, you're going to see the roots. Now, what do they symbolize? They symbolize that along with your curiosity flying high up in the sky like a kite, your roots should be grounded. Your knowledge should be grounded. So this is what we mean by an investigator's mindset. Now, let's see what kind of a map your journey will be following ahead. In grade 8, this chapter is actually a brief introduction, a brief overview of all the chapters, what you're going to read this year, all right, and how they are interlinked. So let's see. If we see the first chapter, that is the world of microbes, entering the world of microbes. Now we know here we are going to see what are microbes, how do they look, and very important, how do we look at them. So we look at them with the help of a microscope. We look at them with the help of a microscope. All right, and some of them are harmful to us and some of them are helpful also. So this is what we are going to read in this. Now, from the world of microbes, we are going to enter into the field of our health. We are going to see how we can keep ourselves healthy, what are the diseases we can catch, and how to fight with these diseases. What are the medicines available? What are the vaccinations available with the help of which we can keep ourselves healthy? Now, from health, we are going to move to the various forces around us which are supporting us, which are harnessing us. The first of them, all of them, would be your electricity. Now, electricity has many effects. Okay, let's start with a question. Have you ever thought maybe, how does an electric heater work? How does it warm us? Or why an electric iron? We just plug it on and it gets warmed. How do we iron our clothes? How does it get heated? Or maybe, why does a ceiling fan work? How does a ceiling fan work? So this all we are going to study in the chapter Electric and Magnetic Effects of Electric Current. Now, from electricity, we move on to force and pressure. Now, in this, we are going to see what kind of forces are there, what types of forces, what is a force, what is pressure, and how just a difference in pressure makes a sound breeze flowing turns into a cyclone. So this is what we are going to understand in this part. Now, moving from forces to the world of tiny particles. Now, we know we all are made up of something called matter. So, I am matter, you are matter, the pen you are holding in your hand, the phone you are holding in your hand, the sofa lying in your room, the bed, everything is what? Matter. Yes, so this is what we are going to read in this lesson. What is matter? What are the different types of matter? What is the classification of matter? So this is all we are going to study in this chapter. Zooming in to see how everything is made up of particles, elements, compounds and mixtures. So this is all about matter. From matter, we move on to light. Now investigating how light reflects and bends from a shiny spoon to corrective glasses. So basically in this chapter, we are going to understand what is reflection of light, what is refraction of light, what are lenses, what are mirrors and their applications in daily life. Now from light, we move to the sky. Observing the cycles of the moon. Here we are going to see the different phases of moon. Alright. And understanding how they gave us our first calendars. Okay. Now, so this is what we are going to cover in this book. Now, your investigator's toolkit. What does it mean? This means science isn't just a collection of facts, all right? It's a way of thinking. It's how we think. A process for asking focused questions, experimenting thoughtfully, and explaining what you see is called a systematic investigation. Means in order to investigate, in order to find new facts, we follow certain steps. And what are those steps? We are going to look forward. Now, let's take an example, our first case for understanding how we investigate as a scientist, the mystery of the puzzling puri. We took the first example of the mystery of the puzzling puri. Let's see how it works. Why does a puri puff up and why is one side thinner than the other? One thing very important, you don't need a fancy laboratory in order to investigate. You really don't need just a fancy laboratory. However, your kitchen is a place for observation and experiment. So, your first step will be asking a scientific question. So, we have already done that, right? Like, why is one side of a puri thinner and why is it puffing up? How does it puff up when we put it in a hot oil? Okay, so what will be your first step? What can we change or control? Now remember, for investigation to be correct, always change one factor at a time and keep the others constant. Now what does that mean? This means, like, in order to investigate for this example, first of all we'll see thickness and the size of the dough. So there are different factors what we can change. First is the thickness and the size of the dough. What type of flour is being used? It could be atta, it could be maida. What is the temperature of the oil in which the puri is getting fried? And how is the dough was dropped into the oil in order to fry it? Step 2. Observe, measure and record. What can we observe to see if the changes made a difference? How are we going to see that whether what changes we made, whether they made some difference or no? Yes. So number 1, does the puri puff up? If we, for example, if we changed one factor out of them, what would be the result of it? Does the puri puff up? Yes or no? How long does it take to puff? Seconds? How many seconds? Did the oil splatter, smell or smoke? What does it mean? Means, was the oil just at a low temperature or at a mild temperature or a very hot oil at a high temperature? The investigator's rule, as I just informed you, what? Change only one thing at a time while keeping the other conditions the same. The power of the process. This is how all scientific experiments are done. from the simplest to the most complicated. So whether we perform a simple experiment as we did in our kitchen, or we do the complicated experiments in our laboratory, the process remains the same. Did you know even the simple observation of a puri swelling is not really completely understood by the scientists even today? Now, from a single puri to a single planet. Right here on Earth, there are marvelous and complex patterns of relationships. Every living being, we all, are dependent on each other, whether it is plants or animals or the other living organisms. We all are dependent on each other. We all are dependent on the physical sources of the nature, like sunlight, water, nature, atmosphere. So, what does it all make? This all makes the ecosystem. Our planet's urgent challenge. Now, what does this mean? This was the ultimate investigation which we are going to come to. Why do you think our Earth is just the right place to survive? Why is it that unique place where we can sustain? Why can't we sustain on other planets, on other places of our universe? What is the reason? What makes Earth just the right place? There are a few factors which had been come into consideration regarding this. The perfect distance from the sun, number one, an atmosphere that gives us oxygen, a shield from harmful rays. Now, what is the challenge? So these are the things which makes our Earth just the right place to survive or to sustain life. Now, what are the challenges we are facing? But human activities can cause small changes in the temperatures of the Earth, disrupting climatic patterns with dangerous consequences. At the heart of the problem and the solution is us. So, ultimately, it is we humans who are the cause of the problem, and also the solution too lies with us. We are the ones who can and must use science to understand these changes and guide our actions accordingly. The same principles of observing, measuring, and experimenting will be the key. The challenges ahead won't always be easy. So, let curiosity be your guide. So, with this, we complete our first chapter, that is the Investigative World of Science. Let's meet next time with chapter 2, that is Microorganisms, the Hidden World. Till then, signing off. This is Dr. Nidhi. And yes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel.